It's not because businesses don't need what you're offering. It's not even because you're targeting the wrong people. It's because your email get ignored. Think about it. Your potential client gets hundreds of emails a day. If your email looks like spam, sales pitch, or too generic, they won't even bother opening it. But here is the good news. There is a way to write cold emails that actually start conversations. And I'm mentioning conversations, not conversions. If you watched my previous videos, you know my ideology, and this is the rule you have to follow, that your first email is not going to be a sales pitch or the first place to sell your service. It's all about to start a conversation. And I'm not just telling you this. I'll prove it with real campaign data from one of my clients. The difference between bad cold email and a great one comes down to just 5 simple parts. 1. The subject line. Grab attention without being clickbaity. The first line. Make it personal and relevant. The value proposition. Why should they care? The CTA. Keep it conversational. The opt-out. Avoid spam complaints. Now let's take a look at real email copies and see how these steps worked in action. When I started working with this voiceover talent, his goal was simple: get more replies from video production companies, ad agencies, e-learning companies and all who need professional voiceover artists. The first campaign was good, but it was a lower open rate, but we got a bunch of positive replies there. The second campaign, I applied a refined copy and we got higher open rate, and also we got a bunch of positive replies there. The campaigns was really good. What changed? Better email copy. Let's break down the winning cold emails. I used a total of 3 versions for this campaign. I always try to use multiple versions on my campaign to check the ABC testing. The subject line is simple and clear. It's just a quick question and the first name, that's it. It worked for my client. The first line is also very simple. I wanted to ask, do you ever work with voiceover talent for your projects? That's it. And the middle of this, I just share experience about my client and just leave it by using finishing line, let me know what you think. That's it. Why it worked? Feels like natural conversation. No sales pitch, just curiosity. Easy to say yes to. Let's look the second one. It's also on the subject line. I used a quick question. First name, are you working on any video projects? That's it. And on the first line, I mentioned about their company and if they're working on any kind of video production. And on the second line, introduce a couple of successful client name and just requested a quick chat on the CTA. That's it. And the third one is also a really quick and short email. Do you ever work with voiceover artists for your projects? If so, I would love to introduce myself to see if my voice might be a good fit for your work. No pressure, just a quick intro if you're open to it. That's it. You know, it's all about just requesting them to start a conversation. That's it. And here's how we got a bunch of positive replies and we closed some deals too within just 2 months. Okay, so hear me out. There is no winning cold email that will work for all industry, right? Because in my coming videos and my previous ones too, I mentioned about other strategies like opening line and subject line, but I used a simple subject line like a quick question including first name and that's it. It's not mean that this email copy style will work for all the industry. It's depending on many factors. I tried different versions too, but these versions just worked for me. So in terms of cold email, in terms of strategy and all, you have to try different strategy and approaches to see what works. So what's the lesson here? Cold email should start conversations, no for sales. Subject line should spark curiosity, not feels like ads. Your first line should feel personal, not robotic. Value comes first, selling comes later. Different approaches work for different audiences. Test and refine. If you want me to personally review your cold email and make it better, I offer one-on-one consultation. So book a consultation now to make your cold email really work.